Good morning, students. So, we were doing the chapter Festivals and Community Celebrations. If you remember, students, we had finished off with the occasions, right? Festivals and community celebration. First, we started off with occasions. That means we celebrate birthdays, weddings, wedding anniversaries, and we always invite our friends and relatives and give and receive gifts. Generally, we celebrate the special occasions like this, isn't it? All of you must have celebrated birthdays, and all of you must have been to weddings also, must have celebrated the wedding anniversaries of your parents, about your, maybe you must have, celebrated it of your cousins, or if you have an elder brother or a sister. Then these are special occasions that we celebrate. Now we come to festivals. We already started with festival, students. We have three categories of festivals in our country: national festivals, religious festivals, and harvest festivals. So, a quick recap of what we did in the national festivals. Here you have it. Now, students, national festivals are festivals which are celebrated throughout the country by the entire nation. Those festivals will be called as national festival. And we have three such national festivals in our country. Now we had already done this part as well. A quick recap. First is the Independence Day. All of you must be aware that India got its independence on 15th of August 1947. And since that day, we celebrate this day as Independence Day, right? What happens on this day? The PM, the Prime Minister, hoists the national flag at Red Fort in New Delhi. And on this day, we remember our heroes who sacrificed their life for our country. Now, all of you must have watched the celebrations on television. All of you must have celebrated this special occasions also. We find that students, all the government offices and all, they are all decorated on this particular day. We can even decorate our house, and all of us, we have small flags with us. You must be you must have bought those paper flags or the cloth flags that we find it, and all of us can even put the flag in the house itself. We won't say that we hoist the flag, but of course we can also keep the flag in our houses. Okay, and on this day, we find in schools we have special celebrations, in government offices we have special celebrations, sweets are distributed. Generally, it is declared as a national holiday, but we can always celebrate these days, these special important days, by having, you can say, by having sweets, distributing sweets, doing good to the others, various ways of actually celebrating the Independence Day. But most importantly, we remember our heroes who sacrificed their lives for our country. Next we have is the Republic Day. Now, Republic Day, students, is celebrated on 26th of January 1950. Now, what happened on this day? The inception of Constitution of India, thus making it a republic. This is the significance of Republic Day. See, on Independence Day, we got our independence. That means we were declared as a free country, as an independent country in 1947 itself. But the rule book that was made, the constitution that was made, that came into being on 26th of January 1950. The rule book through which the government follows, the constitution which is there, which has all the rules and regulations written as to how the country is going to perform and how the country should follow, what are the rules which needs to be followed by the people. Everything is written in the constitution. So this constitution, the inception of constitution, you can say, the very being of this constitution was established on 26th January 1950. And this day is celebrated as Republic Day. Now, another very important thing about this day is that with the inception of Constitution, India was thus declared as a republic. Now, what does republic mean? Republic means a country whose head is a chosen one, it's an elected one. Now, earlier, students, when India was not independent, when India was under the British rule, the head of the state was not we did not have any head of state as such. We were ruled by a foreign ruler. But now, when India gained independence, the head of the state, who is the President of India, is an elected one. So thus, it is very clear that India is a sovereign country, an independent country, because the head of the state is our elected, our chosen one. Okay, now excuse me, what happens on this day? In Delhi, especially, there is a parade at Vijay Chowk by the armed forces. Then you find that the students and school children also take part in it. They are also part of the parade. Then decorated jhankis of different states, or you can say what we call as tableau from different states, are also part of the parade. They are all showcased, students. If you have been fortunate enough to witness the Republic Day, then it is a feast for the eyes actually, where you see your armed forces, where you see the defense forces marching on the tunes of the band. It is really, really amazing. And then we also find that on the elephants, the bravery award which has been given to few children, those children are also riding decorated elephants and they are also part of the parade. And every year a foreign head of the state is the chief guest on this day. Every year we find sometimes it is Brazil, sometimes it is America, it could be any country. The head of the state is invited and he is the chief guest on that particular day. He witnesses the parade along with the other government officials, along with the president and the prime minister, and it's a fabulous event. Okay, now the third one. The third and the still most important one is the Gandhi Jayanti. All of you must be aware, father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary is celebrated as Gandhi Jayanti. Now his birthday falls on 2nd of October and it is described as Gandhi Jayanti. We have holiday, it is a declared national holiday as well. And homage is what happens on this day. First and foremost, the first thing in the morning, homage is paid to him in Rajghat. All the government officials, of course, as general public, we can also go and we can also visit Rajghat. But the day starts with the Prime Minister, the President of India, and all the important dignitaries and all the important government officials paying homage at Rajghat. Okay. Then after this, there is a series of events which take place. You can say singing events or cultural events, all these things to mark the Gandhi Jayanti. And on this particular day, we also, there are a number of, you can say there are a number of events which the government officials, which the government declares actually on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Then you can say a list of community welfare programs are also announced on this particular day. So that's how Gandhi Jayanti is celebrated. So these will be the national festival, students. Now we come to religious festival. Now national festival is quite different from religious festival, because in case of religious festival, students, we find, in case of religious festivals, we find festivals connected by religious events and celebrated mostly by people of that religion. Now it is, of course, in our country, we celebrate almost all the festivals irrespective of which religion it actually belongs to. But still we call it as religious festival because these festivals are connected with a particular religious event, right? Now let's take the first one. We have a number of religious festivals in India, students. We have Holi, Diwali, Dussehra, Eid, Christmas, Guru Parab, so many of it, each celebrated by the respective religious community. Now, if we consider the first one, Diwali, what happens on this day? Well, Diwali is celebrated by not only by Hindu students, but it is a festival which is celebrated by all. Actually, it is such a beautiful festival. It's a festival of light, irrespective of which community or which religion we belong to. We all celebrate Diwali, right? So, how do we celebrate and what is the significance? The celebration actually marks the return of Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshman to Ayodhya after 14 years. Now, all of you must have watched Ramayana on the television. Those who have not watched Ramayana, at least you must have heard the story from your parents and grandparents. So, all of you must be aware of who Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshman were. They went to exile, and after that, they had returned after 14 years. And on this particular day, it is celebrated as Diwali. Houses are cleaned, decorated with candles, diyas, and small bulbs, and we decorate our house very beautifully. All these diyas and all small bulbs are lit in the evening. Then Lord Ganesha and Lord Goddess Lakshmi is also worshipped on this day. Late in the evening, in a number of households, you will find uh, Lord Ganesh and Goddess Lakshmi worshipped on this particular day. Not just Ganesh and Lakshmi students, in if I'm not wrong, in West Bengal and in certain other um, areas close to Bengal, we find that even Goddess Kali is worshipped on this particular day. Late in the evening, around 11 to 12 o'clock in the night, Goddess Kali is also worshipped on this day. So we find that it is not, Diwali is celebrated mainly as Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshman returned to Ayodhya, but apart from that, even Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh is celebrated, and in some household, you can say even Goddess Kali is also celebrated. Then on this day, of course, all of you must be loving this festival because you get a chance uh, you know, to play with crackers and sparklers, though you should not, because these days we find that there is a lot of pollution because of that. And well, some people also celebrate it as New Year Day. So Diwali has a number of significance for a number of people, and it is of course a very beautiful festival. Another very beautiful festival that we have is Holi, festival of color. All of you must be loving this festival. It is celebrated in the month of March, and it is also called as a harvest festival because at this time we find wheat and millets are ready for harvesting. And all of you must be aware of how we play Holi. We play it with gulal, and we play with colored water as well. We use the sprinklers, that is called as pichkari, and we use it to play with the friends. And well, festival of Holi is actually very colorful indeed. And what else do we do? You people must be knowing it better. Everyone dons new clothes in the evening, not in the morning, of course, because in the morning when you are playing with the colors, then you get wet and you spoil the clothes. So in the morning, in the first half, we generally wear old clothes which can be discarded, and in the evening people wear beautiful new clothes. They eat and distribute sweets, they invite their friends over, they go and visit to their friends and have fun. So basically Holi is all about having fun. So this is also one festival which is actually a very beautiful festival. Now we come to Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Bandhan, students, is generally celebrated in the month of August, and you can say that after Holi, that is in March, people say that we consider it as a dry day. Dry day in the sense that from March to August there is not much festival, not those big festivals, but yes, after you can say Raksha Bandhan, again the series of festivals starts. So Raksha Bandhan is celebrated mostly in August, and on this day it is of great significance, students. Raksha Bandhan is not just a religious festival. It is not related to any one single religion, you can say. Raksha Bandhan is actually for all the brothers and sisters, irrespective of what religion they are following. But we find that Raksha Bandhan is actually meant for the bond which is celebrated between the brothers and the sisters. Raksha Bandhan, on this day, sisters tie Rakhi on their brother's wrist and pray for their well-being. And brothers in return give gifts or money to sisters and pledge to take care of their sisters. Now, this has a very strong significance to it. It is not just that, the sisters tie a Rakhi and in return get money. No, it's not just that. It is actually, we celebrate the bond of brotherhood and we celebrate the bond of brothers and sisters. You will be surprised to know that India is the only country where we celebrate the strong bond of relations. Nowhere in the world, students, where you will find that there is a festival which celebrates such a bond. Nowhere in the world. It is only in our country, and it's a beautiful festival. You can say these days the significance is not known much, but it has a very, very strong significance in history as well, where we find that if any girl would tie Rakhi on the wrist of any boy, then that boy becomes her brother, and would take pledge that come what may, he will certainly protect his sister. And you can say that these days, of course, we don't really find it's more of fun these days, where the sisters are also expecting gifts from their brothers, and the brothers are also thinking that okay, this is only as a thread. But no, it is not like that. Raksha Bandhan is of great significance, and all of you who have brothers and sisters, all of you are very, very fortunate that you can celebrate this Raksha Bandhan day. What is very interesting, students, like I said, it is not just among the brothers and sisters. We find that Raksha Bandhan is also celebrated where a commoner, a common girl is tying Rakhi to a policeman. We find certain other relations also coming into picture, not just brothers and sisters and not just the siblings, but it also has a significance. We find that on this particular day, a number of people, they tie Rakhi to the armed forces, to the people who are working in the armed forces. It is of significance that they are actually our protectors, right? Then you will find that on this day, a number of children, they go and they tie Rakhi to the Prime Minister as well. So it is because to celebrate that bond, that yes, we are tying Rakhi to our brothers, and in return our brothers are going to protect us. So it's not just the relationship between a brother and a sister, it has more significance than that. So I think we will stop over here, because otherwise the chapter is pretty lengthy and the rest can be done in the next video. Otherwise it's going to be very, very, very lengthy. Now we just a quick recap of what we did right now, students. We did the national festivals, that is we have 3 national festivals. We have Independence Day, we have Republic Day, and we have Gandhi Jayanti. Then after that we have the religious festival, and among the religious festivals, of course, today we did Diwali. Where is it? Yeah, today we did Diwali, and then after that we did Dussehra, and we did Holi as well, isn't it? Okay, this was Dussehra. Oh, we missed out Dussehra. Well, Dussehra is actually celebrated throughout the country. It marks the victory of good over evil, and also known as Vijayadashmi. And on this day, Lord Ram killed Ravan. So those of you who know Ramayana, of course, you will know who Ravan was and how Ravan was killed by Lord Ram. So students, I think I should stop over here. I'll explain this Dussehra in the next video as well. Okay, otherwise this video is going to be too lengthy. Thank you.